This, it gets into this Bob Costas got all preachy about guns and all that kind of stuff. And then the argument is like, well, if he wanted to kill someone, he could have killed someone with a steak knife. And then that's a stupid, spurious argument as well. But it does come down to a certain little thing called good and evil. And I figure as far as guns go, I don't like guns. I really don't like them. Never been a fan of them. Never had them in the house. Don't like that idea. My theory about the cop suicide being so high, if I had a piece strapped to me, I would kill myself at least 3 times a year, maybe more. I believe cops kill themselves at a higher rate than regular people do because they have a fucking gun next to them and with them. But on the other hand, let's start judging. We're never going to get rid of the guns, but we can help the people. Let's start asking questions. What's his family like? What were people doing for him? Where is he showing signs of this? Signs of violence, signs of depression?
I mean, everyone they've interviewed says it was a shock. Of course, they always say that.
Well, especially if they're guys I know that are full-blown assholes, but if they did this, I'd still be shocked. I mean, this is
right,
shocking.
It's a shocking thing.
It's a shocking thing, but I don't know if the guy was a thug or had a history of whatever, but I think there was some history and some thuggery in his background. Shaq, I don't know what you know.
I've read some stuff. That back in that there was some questionable behavior, if not felonious. But yes,
I know that his ancestors burped a lot.
Belch. Yeah. No, I don't think it's like Shoemaker or anything like that. You know what I mean?
The one argument I will say that, and you touched on it, that really needs to go away when anybody brings up guns, anybody speaks out against about the ridiculous amount of guns that our population is in possession of, is when people say, so cars, should we get rid of cars because those kill people too? Of course, the distinction is that guns exist to kill. That is why that is the point of their existence.
I always make that argument,
and
it doesn't go over well.
Yeah, well, listen. Booze. In very rare cases,
he can't
Maverick.
Yeah,
very rarely.
Careful.
But once in a while, it does take someone's life, as do cars, as do a number of other things. The distinction is that guns exist to kill. That is, I can't stand that argument.
I mean,
it's
the counter argument is what? Well, what about hunting, or what about food gathering, or what? People.
Nobody is doing that. There are very few people who do it and go out and bring their deer home.
They
and
exist. Cops have them to protect you from people trying to kill you too. I mean, there's a good use for It's like many things in life. There's a good purpose and an evil purpose. It's like atomic weapons. I don't know how evil atomic weapons are. I know if Iran gets an atomic weapon or Iran gets an atomic weapon, that's a bad thing.
Either of them.
If England gets an atomic bomb, I'll sleep tonight. So is it the atomic bomb or is it who has the atomic bomb? And since we can't get rid of the atomic bombs and the handguns, I want to know who has them. That's my thing. And I want to... And because we can't change the fact that there's 100 million of them in circulation, and that obviously even if you made them illegal, anyone could still get one anyway, I want to focus on who does what with them and why they do it and how we can prevent that. Sitting around and talking about guns being evil is all good and well, but it's not ever really going to get at the root of the problem.
But you answered it at the top of your point. If cops all have guns on their hips, then they're inclined to use them. And you would say, you say tongue in cheek about that you would that you shoot yourself 3 times a year. That's what happens. You have possession of a gun. Bad things happen when you're heated and maybe drunk or whatever else. And now you mix in a gun. But
it also statistically stops a lot of crime as well. There's a lot of statistics.
I don't buy. What do you mean that people like home break-in kind of There's
jazz? Tons of statistics about people who are packing and crimes that are stopped.
Well, of course,
because of it.
Like you say, it's a moot argument that whether or not I think that that guns shouldn't be all over the place in our country.
I don't either.
If you ever tried to take them back, you would imagine if the government announced they're illegal.
Here's my whole point.
That's why people have to have them. That's what they would say.
But here's the point: Bob Costas should be judging this evil man and his evil actions. This is an evil man. I mean, he killed himself, but first he killed a 25-year-old mother of an infant or whatever her age was.
22.
Let's focus on this guy being evil, not just skate past that on our way to judge, Smith and Wesson. I don't like them either, but I'm just saying this is an evil dude. Let's start fucking judging, and let's find out, when did he first start showing his penchant for violence? And, where's mama? And what's going on? And where are the coaches? And where's the medication? And all that kind of stuff. It's the same thing I talk about when we have all these Georgia Tech. Was it Georgia Tech where the shooting was? Virginia Tech.
Oh, yeah.
We screw up one. Virginia Tech is everyone would talk about, where were the police? Where were the counselors? I want to know where his parents were. They have a depressed kid on their hands. He should have been medicated. There's never going to be enough counselors, coaches, or psychiatrists or psychologists to really keep this in check. I want to know where the fucking family is. And this guy was evil. Now, depressed and killing himself is fine. That's your prerogative. But shooting a 22-year-old and then killing yourself, that makes you evil. And I want to hear Bob Costas talking about how evil he is, and then you can get in your spiel about the guns.
The details are still coming out, but as of a little bit earlier, they were saying that 3 people have died, a bunch were injured, 3 people, including the shooter, have died. He was neutralized.
It's sad, but it does. I mean, it's tragic, but it's good for fellas who don't want to go to the mall.
Yes, it is. This is
you know
why
what
I don't want to go
Because
Christmas shopping.
I'm constantly looking for excuses not to go to the mall, and I hate to see you and the family and us go down in a hail of gunfire. So I'm not, I'm saying I don't encourage any shootings, but if you have a choice between the mall and a strip club, do the mall is what I'm saying.
This is a message to all young people who
I'm saying don't do it, but if you do it,
right.
Let's not do it at the place I want to go to. Let's do it at the place I'd like to not go to.
So any other places that you feel that they should avoid or not avoid?
You can shoot up a synagogue or a church or, maybe
so glad I asked.
An IKEA or
but there's
Bed
baby
Bath and
monkeys
Beyond would be a nice, I'm not saying Target, Bed Bath and Beyond. I'm just saying if you're going on a rampage, don't do it at the Home Depot because that's where I'm going.
Where do you get your Bed Bath and Beyond then? If you have no problem with Bed Bath & Beyond being a Target, I'm asking you, where do you get your, whatever you might need from there?
I don't know and I don't care. That's the good part about being rich. The sheets just appear. So I don't go, how did that candle make its way into this house? And what's up with this duvet cover? And this dust ruffle? Who put this here? And how much did it cost?
Right.
They just appear. And I keep walking. That's how it works. Now, again, I'm not encouraging you go do any of this. I'm saying if you are going to do it at a place that I don't want to go.
I imagine Target would also be a...
Target, sadly.
Well, with those bullseyes
ironically. Yes, ironically. Sad.
I love Target, man. Don't fuck with Target.
All right, don't fuck with Target.
What do you love about it?
What do I love about it?
Yeah.
It's got everything you need.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
You should. They should hire you as a spokesmodel.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. When I'm not penetrating my scrotum with a foreign object.
Yeah, but he needs to
I'm
buy
shopping
Staples.
at Target. Yeah, that's right.
When I'm not in the stapler department.
Yeah. All right. Well, sad, and we pray for the victims' families.